most well-honed succession plan can get knocked off stride. Tell us about some of the unexpected bumps in the road.
Yeah, so let me share two examples, both of which experiences from my time as NED. So the first is, somebody, internal candidate, it seemed like such an obvious thing to have happened, slam dunk candidate, has been the chief operating officer, did extremely well, gets into the CEO role, and it just doesn't work. There's sluggishness, of course. The business also goes through a bit of a rough and tumble and so on. And one would have thought that, having come from the business, having been in the company, etc., would have been easier to take some of the hard decisions and turn things around. And I think that's another very important point. If I have been part of, let's say, an acquisition, which in good times is fine, but in rough times is not working, and some hard objective choices need to be made. If I've been part of the process of the first one, it's very unlikely that you'll come across individuals that are so clinical and say, you know what, we made the wrong decision, let's just do it. So it becomes a little difficult. In this case, there was an NED on the board who came from the domain, and the board thought that, the best emergency plan was to put this individual in the CEO role. And this is now at least 6 or 7 years. The business has not looked back. Everything is doing well. Tough decisions and tough calls that needed to be made were made. Interestingly, several members of the board were also rotated. So it wasn't just the CEO. To exacerbate it all, there was an activist investor that was, who was threatening to add fuel to the fire. So all in all, a very volatile period in the sort of lifespan of this company, with lots of things that were seen to be the most obvious things to have happened, did not happen. But I must say the board took very quick decisions, made some tough calls, put in place a CEO who happened to be an NED, and that worked extremely well.